I donated my money to the markets today. You heard that right. Lost my money today. Trading Dow, which I haven't really traded in a while, but I've been looking at it again. But ended up taking an L. It was only $600, so not that big of a deal, to be honest. But I'm not going to lie, my analysis was not correct on that trade. I mean, we were bouncing between red, then break even, and then maybe a little bit of green. But overall, man, it just was not good. I was anticipating a bounce from these levels of demand to take longs, but I knew we were dropping, but I thought we were going to get a good enough bounce off those levels of demand. But hey, I was wrong. It is what it is. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That puts us up, I think, 4% on the month. Yeah, 4% on the month. Last week we made 4%. The week before I made 1%. So now this week I've only taken one trade and I'm down 1%. So not the best start to the week. Honestly, price action just has not been good, but we still have plenty of time, plenty of opportunities to catch another trade. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick little breakdown real quick of the trade that I took today, and you guys are gonna realize how bad it was. But I'm gonna also show you guys the weekly report in the Discord as well, so you can see what I've done week over week live with the premium team. Before I show you guys the L that I took today, which I'm not gonna go into crazy detail, but I do wanna show you the setup. Just want to be fully transparent, and I'm not afraid to take L's, and it's going to happen with trading, which is going to be something I'm going to talk about a little later in this video. But let me show you guys the Discord, specifically the weekly report. So in the weekly report section, I show exactly how I do week over week, like the days I win, no trade days, L's. So look at this, 3-9 to 3-13. Monday, you can see I took no trades. Tuesday, I took 2 risk to reward trade. Wednesday, no trade. Thursday, no trade. And then Friday, we caught another 2 RR, which put us up 4 RR on the week. The previous week, you can see 3-2 to 3-6. Monday, no trade. Tuesday, 3 RR. Wednesday, no trade. Thursday, we lost. Friday, we lost. Put us up plus 1 R on the week. You got to remember, I also paused live trading for quite some time, but here's some more results right here. So this week, 3%. This week, 3%, 4%. 1%. And you're probably asking, Alex, where are the losing weeks? It's impossible to win every single week. And for sure, I definitely have losing weeks. I think when it comes to the live trading and stuff, this was the one losing week we had. And this is a good example right here because, I mean, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3 trades in a row, I ended up losing all of them and lost 3% that week. Here's another week that I lost 0.5% on. Keep in mind, some of these are like a little old and stuff because I paused live trading and stuff for a while, like I mentioned, but here is another losing week. So I do lose. And in between the time that I stopped live trading and then relaunched it again, I took L weeks too. So it's nothing crazy. I lose. That's a part of trading. And if you're not comfortable with losing, you're not going to be a profitable trader, which is going to be the topic that I'm talking about later. But I just want to show you guys, I do take losses, but I do take plenty of wins. You can see a lot of the weeks are winning weeks. So one little trade is not going to do anything to me. If you also want to trade live with me, link's going to be in the description or bio. But let me go ahead and pull up the chart. So the original trade I wanted today was from here on Dow, right? That was the original setup I wanted. I wanted to see a pullback into that level. Did not happen. We kept going lower and lower and lower. Well, what was I expecting? I wanted to see it bounce from here. Well, some of you are going to say, oh, that's against the trend. It's against the trend. I catch against the trend setup sometimes. I mean, that's the reality of it. I have good risk management. A lot of times I win on those setups. So with me, it makes sense to take it sometimes. With your guys' strategy and stuff, it might not be in your favor to take it, but I've caught in plenty of against the trend setups and they've played out perfectly for 1-2s, 1-3s, stuff like that. So basically what I was anticipating was a bounce from this M15 level of demand. Then we also had this M5 level of demand in Confluence as well. Well, when I go to the M1, you could see we just went straight past it because it was bearish. I recognize that the market was bearish today, but I was anticipating a bounce from here. Well, you could see we went all the way to that M5 level of demand, got a bounce from there. Started to push up a little. We were right around the break even for quite some time, and then we just dumped to stop loss. Now, other people are going to be asking, well, why didn't you move your stop loss or just get out of the trade, like maybe up here when you just realize, oh, it's most likely not going to go to profit? I let the trade go to take profit or I let the trade go to stop loss. It either has to get to TP1 or it's going to stop loss. That's what's worked for me long term. But you can see we dumped past it, went up a little, came back up, and then we would have got to TP1 or the spot if you wanted to move your stop loss to break even. So eventually it did get to TP, but we did just break past that level right there. And it is what it is, to be honest. I mean, 1L is not going to hurt. Like I said, you can see just by the weekly report, we were up 5% this month so far, minus the 1% L I took today. We're still sitting up 4% on the month. Still sitting up a little over $4,000 on the accounts I've been trading. So I'm not going to sit here and stress over it or anything. I'm just going to still show up every single day, use the same strategy, stick to the same rules, and I'll be fine. That's what's kept me profitable in the past. It's going to keep me profitable in the future. I want to mention something real quick. A lot of unprofitable traders are still afraid of losing. And whenever they do lose, they think the strategy doesn't work, or if they see someone lose online, like social media or anything like that, they think that person does not know how to trade, right? They have this very crazy mindset where they think they're never going to lose, right? And if you go into trading with that mindset, or if you still have that mindset right now and you're listening to this video, you're not going to be a profitable trader. If you think because people lose, or if you try someone's strategy one time and you lose, stuff like that, that they don't know how to trade, I'm just telling you this right now, you're not going to be profitable. I see comments under people's social media posts like, this person lost a trade because that trader's strategy, stuff like that, right? And if you try to blame everything on, oh, that person or that strategy, like I just said a second ago, you're never going to be profitable. And I just want you guys to realize that that mindset is going to get you nowhere. If you're going to go into trading thinking you're going to get rich quick or you're never going to lose, you're never going to be profitable. I honestly, when I very first got into trading, I thought, wow, I can make a lot of money fast, right? I think a lot of us do because we see the stuff on social media, and I realized I'm not going to make money fast, right? I still haven't made all that money that I thought I was going to make in the very beginning, right? But I love what I do. I enjoy the process, and I'm making progress each and every day. But I'm not one of those people that is afraid of losing. And when I was afraid of losing, I was blowing accounts, losing money, that sort of stuff. I was not making progress. But when I got confident in myself, confident in my strategy, and I started being disciplined and following my rules and not being afraid of losing, that's when I started seeing progress. I've had people in my group come from not knowing how to trade, not familiar with my strategy and stuff, to using my strategy, to them learning the basics and just watching me live trade and actually getting payouts. And then I've also had people that join the group, they don't want to put in any work and they don't get results, right? That's another thing. If you want a good outcome, you have to put in the work. It's not just going to be handed to you. You can't just do a mentorship, or you can't just join a group, right, and expect for them to do everything for you and you're going to make all this money, right? You have to put in the work, you have to get the chart time, and you have to go through the struggles that everyone else has to go through. Mentorship, groups, all that are going to make it easier for you, but you still have to actually get your chart time in. You have to place the trades. You have to actually learn all the stuff. You have to gather the data. Everything that we had to do, you're going to have to do too. We're just going to be able to guide you and let you know what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, that sort of stuff. All right, taking a little bit of a late night drive. It's 11 o'clock at night, but I'm heading to the place I'm going to be moving to in about a month, just to see the progress that's happening, because we are doing some renovations and stuff. So I haven't been over there for the past like 2, 3, 4 days, something like that. So I do want to go see the progress. We're redoing the cabinets. I mean, we're painting, we're doing a whole bunch of stuff, right? Messing with the closets, all that. So I'm gonna go look at that, and I'll give you guys a sneak little peek of the little office room. It's nothing crazy, but it's gonna be the office for me. I'm gonna put my desk in there, have like a little couch, all that sort of stuff. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Nice thing about this spot too is it's definitely more room, an extra bedroom, you know, it's upstairs, downstairs, plus it is in a nicer neighborhood, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely in a nicer neighborhood. All right, so we're still painting. As you can see, we just primered all that and stuff. We just installed these door handles not too long ago, but this is going to be the office. Right here, let me turn on the light. This will be the office room right here. Probably gonna put like a couch or something right here. Desk is gonna go right here where that window is. And then that's a little closet, still a little bit of a mess, but this is going to be the new office. So yeah, still renovating and stuff, but I'm liking the way it is looking. I just wanted to come get an update on everything. The master bedroom's looking good. The office is basically complete. We just got to go ahead and realistically start bringing my stuff over, but that's not going to be for probably about another 3 weeks or so that I'll start bringing stuff over. Then of course got to get Wi-Fi set up and all that, but I'm definitely excited to be here in the new place. It's definitely gonna be a fresh start. I'm gonna go ahead, end the video here. I got about like 8 more minutes until I get home, and then I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video, and it's currently like 11:30 at night. I'll probably go ahead and post this video like first thing in the morning or something like that. But everyone stay safe, be productive, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.